Allow me introduce you to a Stoic philosopher you will find truly fascinating, Seneca. A Roman statesman, playwright, and philosopher, Seneca taught that true happiness comes from mastering your mind, embracing adversity, and living with purpose. His teachings focus on practical wisdom for everyday life, offering timeless insights on resilience, simplicity, and self-discipline. Seneca believed in the value of inner peace over external success. His Stoic philosophy remains as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome, guiding us to live better, more meaningful lives. Have you ever found yourself lost in the chaos of life, overwhelmed by emotions, or chasing fleeting desires that seem to control you rather than the other way around? Do you ever wonder what it would be like to truly master yourself, your thoughts, actions, and even your deepest fears? If so, let Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, be your guide. Seneca didn't just preach philosophy, he lived it. His writings are packed with practical wisdom for anyone seeking to live a life of purpose, calm, and mastery. Now, hit that subscribe button if you are ready for timeless tips inspired by Seneca's teachings, designed to help you take charge of your mind and life. 1. Start with the mind, your inner fortress. Start with the mind because it is your inner fortress, the stronghold where your true power lies. Have you ever stopped to question how much influence your thoughts have over your life? Often, the battles we face aren't external but internal. Seneca, with his timeless wisdom, emphasized that true mastery of the self begins within the mind. He famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about it. How many times have you been consumed by worries about a future that hasn't happened or regrets about a past you can no longer change? These thoughts, though intangible, have the power to weigh you down, drain your energy, and rob you of the present moment. The mind has a natural tendency to wander, creating scenarios, replaying mistakes, or dreading the unknown. But here's the truth. Most of the suffering we endure is self-inflicted. The scenarios we create in our heads are often far worse than reality. We live trapped in a loop of what-ifs and if-onlys, forgetting that the present moment is where life truly happens. So, how do you begin mastering your mind? The key is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of becoming aware of your thoughts without being controlled by them. It's about observing your mental chatter with curiosity, not judgment. When a thought arises, ask yourself, is this thought useful? Is it true? You'll often find that many of your worries are exaggerated or unfounded. By practicing mindfulness, you create a space between yourself and your thoughts. In that space, you find clarity, calm, and control. Instead of reacting impulsively to every mental wave, you learn to respond thoughtfully. Over time, as you become more aware of your mental patterns, they lose their grip on you. You reclaim the power to decide which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones to let go. Mastering the mind is a lifelong journey, but every step forward strengthens your inner fortress. With practice, you can transform your mind from a source of suffering into a source of strength, resilience, and peace. Remember, the mind is your greatest tool. Use it wisely. 2. Embrace voluntary discomfort. Embrace voluntary discomfort as a way to strengthen your resilience and fortify your spirit. When was the last time you deliberately stepped out of your comfort zone? Modern life often lulls us into routines of convenience and luxury, where even the smallest discomfort feels unbearable. But life is unpredictable, and hardships are inevitable. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, understood this and advised practicing poverty and discomfort, not to punish oneself, but to build mental and emotional endurance. The idea isn't about martyrdom or unnecessary suffering. It's about recognizing that true contentment doesn't come from external comforts but from inner stability. By voluntarily stepping into discomfort, you detach yourself from the illusion that material possessions or convenience are essential for happiness. Seneca himself would periodically live as if he were poor, eating simple meals and wearing rough clothing, to remind himself how little he truly needed. He understood that by experiencing discomfort on his own terms, he could face life's unexpected challenges with courage and calm. Think about it. If you've already faced discomfort and found it manageable, what power does an unexpected hardship have over you? This practice removes fear and builds confidence. Prepares your mind to face setbacks with grace because you've already shown yourself that you can endure. You can start small. For a week, live simply. Skip luxuries you take for granted. Drink water instead of coffee. Prepare a basic meal instead of eating out. Wear your oldest clothes instead of your favorites. Reflect on the experience. What do you notice about your needs versus your wants? What emotions surface when you strip away excess? Through this practice, you'll discover an empowering truth. Much of what we think we need is a luxury, and much of what we fear is tolerable. By embracing voluntary discomfort, you cultivate a mental toughness that not only helps you navigate life's inevitable difficulties, but also allows you to appreciate life's simpler joys. This deliberate stepping into discomfort is not deprivation, it's liberation. 3. Master time before it masters you. Master time before it masters you, because once time slips through your fingers, it can never be reclaimed. Have you ever paused at the end of a busy week, only to realize that you have no idea where all the time went? Days blur into one another, tasks pile up, and yet, despite the rush, it feels like nothing meaningful has been achieved. Seneca, ever wise, observed, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." His words remind us that the issue isn't the length of our lives, but how we use the moments we are given. Time is the most precious resource you have, far more valuable than money or possessions. Unlike material things, time cannot be earned back once it's lost. Yet, so often, we squander it on distractions, trivialities, or activities that don't align with our true goals. We procrastinate, give in to interruptions, or let others dictate how we spend our hours. But if you don't take control of your time, life's demands and distractions will control it for you. The key to mastering time is intentionality. Begin each day by identifying what truly matters. What tasks or actions align with your values and long-term goals? These are the things that deserve your focus. Avoid falling into the trap of busyness for its own sake. Productivity is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. Eliminate distractions and set clear boundaries. The modern world is full of noise, emails, social media, endless notifications that can pull you in 100 directions. Be ruthless about protecting your time from these intrusions. Turn off what you don't need, delegate where you can, and learn to say no to demands that don't serve your priorities. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect. Keep a journal where you can review how you spent your time. Were your actions aligned with your intentions? Did you waste time on things that didn't matter? By reflecting regularly, you'll start to see patterns and gain insight into how you can improve. Mastering time is not about perfection. It's about progress. Each intentional decision helps you reclaim moments that would otherwise slip away. When you take control of your time, you're not just living more efficiently, you're living more fully. After all, as Seneca reminds us, while we are postponing, life speeds by. Make every moment count. 4. Control your desires. Don't let them control you. Unchecked desires can become chains that bind you. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by an endless list of wants, as if you're chasing something just out of reach? The latest gadget, a better car, a bigger house, more recognition. When does it stop? Seneca, in his timeless wisdom, understood the trap of desire. He taught that true happiness doesn't come from acquiring more but from wanting less. To him, mastering your desires was the cornerstone of mastering yourself. When you let desires control you, they create a sense of constant dissatisfaction. You're always looking forward to the next thing, convinced it will bring fulfillment, only to find yourself wanting something else as soon as you attain it. It's a cycle that drains your peace and leaves you restless. Seneca believed that by reducing your wants, you free yourself from this cycle. Happiness isn't found in external possessions or achievements, but in appreciating what you already have. Gratitude is your most powerful tool in this battle. By focusing on the blessings already in your life, you shift your perspective. Instead of feeling lack, you feel abundance. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. The people, experiences, and resources that make your life meaningful. Gratitude is a reminder that you are already complete, that happiness doesn't depend on something outside of yourself. When new desires arise, pause and examine them. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is this just a passing impulse? Often, the things we think we want are not true needs but fleeting whims fueled by advertising, social pressure, or comparison. By questioning your desires, you create a space between impulse and action, giving yourself the power to choose wisely. Mastering your desires doesn't mean abandoning all ambition or pleasure. It means being deliberate about what you pursue and why. It's about aligning your wants with your values, focusing on what truly matters, and letting go of the rest. When you free yourself from the grip of endless desires, you discover a deeper, more enduring sense of contentment. You realize that the key to happiness was never in acquiring more, it was in appreciating less. 5. Reflect daily. Reflect daily, because self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth. Have you ever ended your day with a lingering sense of unease, unsure of why you feel restless or dissatisfied? Perhaps you replay certain moments, wondering what went wrong or what could have been done differently. This lack of clarity can leave you disconnected from your own progress. Seneca, in his wisdom, understood the power of reflection to bring order to our days and growth to our lives. He believed that by reviewing each day with honesty and intention, we can better understand ourselves and cultivate the habits of a virtuous life. He urged us to ask questions like, what weakness did I overcome today? What virtue did I acquire? These simple yet profound questions shine a light on the choices we make, the challenges we face, and the victories, big or small, that we achieve. Reflection is not about judgment or criticism. It's about learning. It's a way to hold up a mirror to your actions, not to berate yourself but to understand where you can improve and how you've already grown. The practice doesn't need to be complicated. Before going to bed, set aside 5 minutes for quiet reflection. Think back on your day. What moments brought you pride or joy? Celebrate these wins, no matter how small. They're evidence of progress. Then, consider what didn't go as well. Were there moments when anger, fear, or distraction got the better of you? Reflect on these instances with compassion. They're not failures. They're opportunities to learn and grow. Reflection also provides clarity for tomorrow. What can you do differently? How can you approach challenges with more patience, strength, or wisdom? By taking the time to reflect, you go to bed with a sense of closure and wake up with a clear intention for the day ahead. Daily reflection is a gift you give to yourself, a chance to pause, recalibrate, and move forward with purpose. Over time, this simple practice becomes a powerful tool for mastering your thoughts, actions, and character. It's a reminder that each day is a stepping stone, and with reflection, every step leads you closer to the person you aspire to be. 6. View adversity as a teacher. Life's challenges are not obstacles meant to break you, but opportunities designed to shape you. Have you ever paused in the midst of a hardship and wondered if it's molding you into something stronger? Seneca, with his deep understanding of human resilience, believed that adversity isn't just unavoidable, it's essential. He called difficulties training for the soul, a way to test and refine our character. Consider how a muscle grows stronger only when it's pushed to its limits, strained by resistance, and given time to recover. The same is true for the human spirit. Without challenges, there's no growth. Without struggle, there's no strength. Adversity exposes our weaknesses, tests our resolve, and forces us to dig deep into reserves of courage and wisdom we may not even know we possess. When faced with setbacks, it's natural to ask, why me? But this question keeps you trapped in victimhood, focusing on the pain rather than the lesson. Instead, shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Every challenge holds a lesson about your patience, resilience, creativity, or priorities. Adversity, when approached with the right mindset, becomes a teacher that sharpens your mind and strengthens your will. The key is to adopt the mindset that every difficulty is an opportunity. When you encounter a problem, view it as a chance to practice a virtue. Patience in delay, courage in fear, or determination in failure. Remember, Seneca didn't see life's trials as punishments. He saw them as exercises that prepare us for greater challenges ahead. By reframing your struggles in this way, you transform pain into power and obstacles into stepping stones. The next time you face adversity, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this is my training ground. Rather than resisting the challenge, embrace it. Reflect on what it's teaching you, how it's helping you grow, and how you'll emerge from it stronger and wiser. Adversity is not the end of your journey. It's the fire that forges your strength. 7. Live with purpose. Life without intention is like a ship without a rudder. It drifts aimlessly, at the mercy of the wind and currents. Have you ever asked yourself if you are living intentionally, or if you're simply going through the motions, reacting to the demands of each day without a clear direction? Seneca recognized the vital importance of living a life aligned with your values, asserting that purpose is the foundation of a meaningful life. Without clarity, you risk being swept away by distractions, societal expectations, and the trivial pursuits that can easily consume your time and energy. Living with purpose means being aware of the bigger picture and making decisions that reflect your deepest values. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, the endless cycle of tasks, emails, meetings, and obligations. But when your actions aren't grounded in purpose, they can feel empty, like you're checking off boxes without moving closer to something meaningful. The beauty of purposeful living is that it provides direction, focus, and fulfillment. To live with purpose, you must first know what truly matters to you. This requires a deep dive into your core values, the principles that define who you are and what you stand for. These values might include things like integrity, kindness, family, growth, or creativity. Whatever they are, they act as a guiding compass, helping you navigate life's complexities and make decisions that align with your authentic self. A powerful way to live intentionally is to write down your core values and revisit them regularly. Take time to reflect on whether your actions align with these values or whether you're being pulled in directions that don't serve your true purpose. When faced with choices, big or small, ask yourself, does this decision honor my values? By using your values as a compass, you create a life that is not only more focused but also more fulfilling. Living with purpose doesn't mean every moment is planned or that you never experience spontaneity. It means that, at the core, your actions are rooted in what matters most to you. It's about living authentically, making choices that reflect who you are, and aligning your daily life with the bigger vision you have for yourself. When you live with purpose, you break free from the distractions that can make life feel like a series of disconnected events, and instead create a life that is rich in meaning, growth, and satisfaction. Mastering yourself isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about being honest with yourself, taking small steps every day, and learning to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and calm. Imagine the freedom of being unshaken by life's ups and downs, of knowing that you have the power to remain steady no matter what storms come your way. So, where will you begin? Will you take control of your time? Embrace discomfort? Reflect on your day? Remember, self-mastery is a journey, not a destination. And as Seneca would remind us, the greatest obstacle to living is not death. It's never having truly lived.